Hey everyone, Desi here with Desi Designs. Excuse my tiredness look and my messy hair. I had my hair up in a bun all day and just took it out, and I'm really tired because I've been volunteering at the Mary Hill Museum in Goldendale, Washington, and it's an hour's drive from my house, so I have to get up really early, and I work 7 to 8 hours helping change out the exhibit for the Teatro de la Mode exhibit, and drive an hour back home. And when I get home, I start sewing or working on Paint the Runway Purple or doing this video. I just wanted to take a moment, and I just need to get something off my chest. And I want to send this message loud and clear out to the world about me as a fashion designer. Um, if you don't know by now, I am a designer who is all about individuality, diversity, and creativity. And that means I have every shape and size out on the runway at once. And I design for all types of models. I have over 60 Desi Design models who model for me, and they're every shape and size from size 4 to size 22, from 5'1" to 6'1". Um, I have every type of ethnic group and race and transgender and drag queen, and every human being models for me. However, with that said, my Desi Design models also go through a huge scrutiny before they become a member of the Desi Designs family, fashion family. And the same goes for my hair and makeup team, which I have over 30 hair and makeup artists as part of the Desi Designs team. And I have just a few selected photographers as part of the Desi Designs family. So with that said, my rant tonight is one of the things that has happened to me since I've been doing fashion for the last 3 years. I've graduated from the Academy of Art University with my degree in fashion design. I graduated cum laude, so I had a really high GPA from this trade school in San Francisco. And I hit the runway scene as soon as I graduated, and I've been doing this for 3 years. And when I first started, I was new and didn't know anything about models and photographers and hair and makeup. And but because I'm very detail oriented, and I love the theater, and I love avant-garde and couture, when me as a designer, I take every little detail and put together my vision and my story, from the jewelry to headpieces, to the hair and makeup, to shoes, and the music. The music has to tell my story. It has to portray my vision. And I work on a runway show collection months in advance. And I have my models come up when they do their fittings, and we practice runway walks and poses with the music. So this is just something that I work on for a while before I actually hit the runway. And when I'm invited to runway shows, um, I cannot be in runway shows that will not let me bring my own models and my own hair and makeup team, because it's my vision out there on the runway, and I don't want that jeopardized. Um, I I have nothing against any other models or hair and makeup teams, um, because I believe everyone should be doing what they love to do, and their dreams should come true by doing their art or their craft. But for me, as Desi of Desi Designs, it's my company. It's some, I pay for all of this. The stuff that I do, I pay for my fabric, I pay for my collections, and I pay my models and my hair and makeup team when I can. Um, and I cannot be constricted of not having my full vision out on the runway and in photo shoots when some producer of another runway show tells me I cannot bring my own models or I can't use my own hair and makeup team. I'm sorry, but Karl Lagerfeld or Vera Wang are not told by a runway producer that they cannot choose their own models or how their vision's going to look on the runway. So I am no different than any other fashion designer in this world. So we as fashion designers should be allowed, not even be allowed, we have the freedom to choose how we want that vision to be portrayed on the runway, especially if we have to pay fees to be on the runway. And let me just say this to all of you producers of runway shows: you cannot have a runway show without fashion designers. So don't put a hindrance on our creativity and what our vision is going to be. Now, not all designers, especially emerging designers, um, are as as set in the runway circuit yet. I most certainly wasn't when I first started. A lot of emerging designers still need guidance and help. A lot of them don't know models or a hair and makeup team. And so when I created Paint the Runway Purple for emerging designers, I allow those designers to bring their own models and their own hair and makeup team. But if they don't have that and they need help with it, then I provide that for them. I provide them models from the Desi Designs team, and I provide them hair and makeup services. So they can use Paint the Runway Purple as a platform to jumpstart their career as a fashion designer. And so that's just my rant tonight. I really appreciate the invitations to runway shows. I'm really honored that my work has spoken enough for people to know me and to recognize my work and want me to be a part of their production. But I can no longer accept invitations if you're going to charge designer fees, because the fees are not being used to pay the other models they have there, or they're not using the money to pay the hair and makeup artists. So if I have to pay a designer fee plus pay for all my travel expenses to go to these runway shows, it's just not a good business decision. It's my company and it's my name out there, and I'm the one who pays for everything. So it's not a good business decision for me anymore to be in runway shows where I have to pay a designer's fee. And the other thing is, I cannot be in a runway show that won't let me bring my own Desi Designs team, because these models go through their own scrutiny to be a Desi Designs model. And it's a family here. And if you don't get along, if we all don't get along as a family, then you can't be a part of the family. And we just don't allow divas. They're just not allowed. And that's why our team works so well together, because we respect each other, we have fun, and we're a family. So I just wanted to get that off my chest. I am so tired of being invited to something and then say, oh, but by the way, it's going to cost you something. Or by the way, you have to use our models and our hair and makeup team. I can't do it anymore, because when I did do that, my vision and my story was compromised. It did not come out the way I wanted it to in photos and on the runway. So that is just my little rant tonight. I have to get that out there. I hope everyone can understand and support me as a designer and other designers out there, that we need to make this paradigm shift in the fashion industry. We should allow every shape and size on the runway. We should not charge designers fees, and we should allow the designers to have the freedom to get their vision and their story out on the runway without any restrictions. So there's my little rant, and thanks for listening for this far, and keep you posted on how things are going. Thanks, and have a good night.